What is going on? It's your boy Zero to Chaos here.
Elijah.
And you know what time it is? Time for that quest.
What it do, baby?
Here we go. Alright, so first off, my apologies. This episode is going to be all audio. We jumping from place to place from trying until we get the home front going. It's getting there, but it'll get there. Once it's there, we'll have a set, definite place to record all the time. So, but we still getting it in though.
Of course, always.
Can't stop, won't stop, like they always say.
The grind don't stop.
That's right. So before we start this episode, man, how you been doing?
I've been alright. Can't complain. Been watching all this stuff that's going on in NBA. Just excited for the next season.
Ooh, boy.
That's all. What about you?
Working,
Day
mad,
night.
all the time, bruh. Tossing, turning, stress in my mind. That song is deep once you really think about it. Like, that song is real. Like, the more I go to this 9 to 5 and we do stuff like this, I realize that, like, I like doing this stuff.
Yeah, you would prefer to do what you enjoy rather than, something that you don't care for at all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I always tell people,
I'm
like,
just there to get paid.
Yeah, like, I'm just here to get a check at now, especially now. I just want a check. But the more we do this, the more comfortable we get, this is going to pay off.
As long as we stay consistent, keep pushing out the videos and everything else, it's going to pay off in the long run, really.
100%. And that's why, definitely in this topic, I think lately, I swear the quest is just going to become like an NBA podcast, bro, at this point. Or just like an all basketball podcast. But like you said before, it's that time of the year now.
Mm-hmm.
And you have NBA all year round.
Yes, sir.
But July is just a little bit special because, it's all the free agents and the trades and the who going to be where they going to be. Always wondering this, and we've always talked about the best players in our opinion and like the players that we loved growing up. So I thought that would actually be a really good topic. Just literally like growing up and in your mind, who are your favorite players? I'm not going to say no top 5, nothing like that. We're just going to have a good old fashioned, like, who do you F with from the NBA?
My number one all day, every day is Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac.
I'm sure you noticed, in my room, I've got his jerseys. I got the Orlando Magic. I got his All-Star game and his Toronto one. I'm just missing, the Houston Rockets jersey and then the teams he went on when he was, a journeyman in the NBA. So, like, Atlanta, Houston. I'm not Houston, but Atlanta, Detroit, San Antonio. Yeah, I'll say T-Mac, Kobe. Of course, LeBron and Chris Paul. Then, I got love for my boys, James Harden, KD, and Russ when they were in OKC. I would say that about rounds it up. If I had to say, like, a new player that just got in the league that I really enjoy watching, Anthony Davis or Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
I think those would be my 2 answers for right now.
Okay. I am a little bit older. I'll say I got to see.
You got to see Jordan probably when he retired the second time around, and then when he came back to Washington,
right?
Because that's when I saw him.
I mean, like, I remember baseball Jordan though. So I mean, I
didn't get to see that.
So yeah, so like I was like the '90s. I was born right on the '90s. So
yeah.
I still got to see some of the magical Bull moments, and then like of course the highlights from like the Hardwood Classic highlights from that. I saw like Reggie Miller play his couple of his last games. But if I had to put people up there, definitely T-Mac. That's like period. I do agree with you on that one. T-Mac was like, if you didn't think T-Mac was a special talent, something's wrong with you.
I would say he's arguably one of the best players to not win a championship by far. Like if he never got hurt, he would have been straight. Or if the fact that like they didn't like that trade to him going to the Lakers didn't fall out.
I didn't even know about that until you said that, because that would have been around the time when they picked up Fisher, Horry. They would have had Shaq,
Kobe, Shaq, and Bron. Not Bron, but T-Mac.
T-Mac. And then
a great team.
Fisher at the point. Like, that team would have been raw.
T-Mac would have.
Oh, I can see why. Like,
got the ring.
Bruh, when you told me that, I was like, I see why the NBA was like, no, you can't do that. They were like, you stacking the tables. I mean, we can't really say nothing about that right now. Current stuff that's been going on in July right now. LA,
It's been crazy.
bruh.
Lakers got LeBron, Anthony Davis, and they just signed DeMarcus Cousins for a year.
Come on. And then
So it's like,
your neighbors in the Clippers,
yeah,
Paul
the Clippers
George.
just got Paul George and Kawhi. The Clippers honestly probably might have like the best defensive team in the league next season
Easily.
because
they
all
could
the
build
players that they got, all of them were at least an all-team defense, if not 1, 2, or 3. You got Kawhi, Paul George, Patrick Beverly. You got Hartzell.
And they can build on that too, though.
Lou Will coming off the bench. Bruh,
But
they're gonna be dangerous.
it's gonna be a sight to see right there.
It's gonna be a
though.
great season.
But I will say too, though, I do of course agree with Kobe, LeBron. Iverson gets thrown around a lot. I think too, like you had to really grow up with the Iverson era.
Yeah, to see what
To
he
really see
all
it.
that he could do. Like he's a great player. I just he didn't resonate with me like that. My brother loves Allen Iverson, but personally, nah.
And he was a special character in the league, though. 'Cause I always said
Yeah,
before.
he the reason why they got to wear suits now.
It's like,
He used to wear baggy clothes. He used to get his hair done on the side. I mean,
on
get
the
it braided.
sideline, bruh. Iverson was fresh though, man. He had a beat of his own drum. He was like, "I'm going to do what I want."
That is true.
It's like you're either going to get rid of
Accept
me
me for who I am.
or let me in. I mean, because remember he had the whole incident too when he was in high school before he went to college, where he almost didn't even
Get a chance. Oh yeah, when he got arrested and everything.
And all
Had
that
to go
stuff
to
happened.
All my dreams almost got taken from me in an instant.
It's time for me to ball
Step
out
up.
and get it. I would say a couple of other players that I always look to, like real quick, like Ray Allen. I was always a big Ray Allen fan.
Ray Allen, when he was in Milwaukee, when he was dunking on folks,
Bruh.
that Ray Allen was a beast. But he stopped doing all that when he played Kobe.
Yeah, that's true.
Kobe shut that down for him. That's why he started shooting threes again.
I know. Kevin Garnett.
Man, I like KG.
I'm not gonna lie,
I
like,
wish he didn't stay in Minnesota for so long.
bruh, tell me about it. I'm saying, like right now, like,
I understand loyalty, but
bruh, what pissed me off the most though, I'm happy he got a ring. I'm so mad it was with Boston though.
yeah.
Like,
I feel like if Minnesota would have just got him the right teammates, he could have done something. Or if he would have just left earlier,
right, he was loyal though.
yeah.
That was some straight.
I like loyalty.
Loyalty.
Kobe, Dirk, Tim all played with their same team respectively for 20 years apiece.
Yeah.
So like, I respect loyalty, but sometimes if they're not in a position to you get better, or at least to put me in like a position to win, I gotta go.
Gotta find some better.
I gotta get out of
some
there.
better choices. And it's all business, right? I mean, as that's what they tell you.
Yeah, when
When
get
they
traded,
trade you.
Harrison Barnes when he got traded in the middle of the game,
Bruh.
it's just a business.
Yo, when you told me that, I was like, get out of here. That's the thing too, though. 'Cause I think another cool thing too about just like basketball in general, especially with these players, I stopped watching for a minute. Like I won't lie, for a good like 2 good seasons, I just stopped watching. And then all of a sudden, I got back in the fold, started watching again, started picking up the games again. I was like, you know what, man, this is part of my life. I mean, there was a time that there was never either ESPN was on, Hardwood Classics, NBA TV was on. I was like involved in this so much.
Yeah, back when I was in school, high school, middle school, when you wake up in the morning waiting for the bus, if we weren't playing NBA Street Volume 2 or 2K, ESPN was on, watching nothing but, the top 10 highlights from the other night, watching the game, or even NBA TV, just seeing what was going on.
Just killing it.
Like, ball is life.
These greatest players. Because I'm not saying just like the GOAT or like the greatest players. Because sometimes people get that confused. We're always saying, you have your favorite players that you respect, that you always maybe wanted to see do better, or they already did better, and you just like enjoy their career. Because like I think one person that is still playing that I respect so much is like Kyle Korver, bro. Every time I played an NBA Live or 2, he was on my team. Like every time.
Oh yeah, he learned his role and he plays it well.
Yes.
It just sucks that he always be getting traded around like that.
Bruh, you know what else was like that back in the day? I think it was like Nick Van Horn. Homie got traded so many times. Now, I remember him, but like I don't remember him like that. But that dude got traded a lot. Not everybody can have the Robert Horry luck where you just literally
You keep going from championship to championship.
Right.
He kept going from Lakers to Spurs, Lakers to Spurs.
I mean, like, I guess right now, who would be close enough to that right now? Maybe Green, maybe, because he played with San Antonio. Then he went when they won.
Oh, Danny Green. Yeah,
Danny
he did
Green.
play at San Antonio when they won. And now he's in Toronto. and they won, but that wasn't back to back. I mean, Patrick McCaw, who's a rookie, he played for the Warriors when they won twice, and then he just got picked up by Toronto this past season and they won. But I mean, he didn't really get no playing time too much since that injury, so I don't know if like I would even count him as that.
I mean, right now it's just so loose. It's like
I would say Damon Jones or no James Jones. We used to follow around LeBron before he retired officially.
I'm not gonna lie. Before I forget, I gotta put Shaq on the list. The Diesel,
The best center,
Dr. O'Neal,
period.
bruh. Like, I don't care what nobody say. The most dominant man ever. And then people, I hate that when people was trying to be like, oh, Dwight Howard. Like, get that out of here, bruh.
Dwight had potential to be just as good, but I don't know what happened to him. He left Orlando and it went downhill from there. He's been on 5 different teams in 4 years or something like that, or 4 different teams in 5 years.
I'll be real with you, man. Punked out. I remember right when he got in the league, that little skinny mother, and I said, bruh, all he gotta do is just get some weight on him and actually get a game.
I was like, get bigger and then be in the gym working on your craft to get it better.
I think people forget, like when Shaq first started, he was up and down the court, dunking, making plays, athleticism, killing it. Dwight Howard was doing that when he first started. But I feel like what Dwight Howard missed, he didn't have an overall game. So it's like literally you shut him down. Like the second he gets tired or if he can't figure out a way to just bully over you.
Yeah.
What else does he have?
I mean, Shaq was the same way. If Shaq would beat you inside, he have no jumper. He definitely wasn't about to beat you with his free throws.
Nope.
It was just his jumpers and his defensive game.
His post-up plays were nasty. Yeah. He had that quick snap on the turn.
Like, he would dunk on anybody.
Anybody. That's why I remember just... And don't get me wrong, like, Dwight Howard, he may be a nice person. But then, like you said before, like, he moved so much. And everywhere he went, he was just complaining.
Yeah, everywhere he went, he didn't do nothing. Or, you know, he got hurt, which he can't help. But he just wasn't given the same productivity as he had the potential to
actually just get it.
Could have been really good in Orlando.
You know,
I mean, he did take him to the finals in 2009 off the strength of him alone, and you know you got swept, but you still went to the finals at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean you can't take that from him at that point. You know, dunk champ, because he didn't win MVP yet. Well, he ain't going to, but he didn't win one.
He might have won Defensive Player of the Year, but I don't know for sure.
That's about it. I know, of course, like I would say some newer players that I'm looking at. Of course, like the Greek Freak. I don't think I know anybody don't like him.
Him and his brother both play for Milwaukee.
Which is crazy.
And another brother of his played for Dallas.
Dang, I didn't know he had 2 brothers in the league.
Yeah.
Wow.
The little brothers, both of them play on Milwaukee together, then one is in Dallas.
Get it. It seems like I'm not going to say that. I was going to say it seems like the Triple B should take a little...
a note from that.
A little note from them. You know, get all 3 of your brothers in there at the same time. But I will say, though, sticking with the Triple Bs, I do like Lonzo. And, like, I mean, some people instantly be like, oh, you like Lonzo because of this crap.
I mean, I would say the hate from Lonzo only came from his dad hyping him up so much.
Yeah.
Like, they're the greatest basketball players to ever walk the earth, saying, my son's better than LeBron, I'm better than Jordan. Like, I get, you know, the hyping your kids up because, you know, that's a good thing. Support your kids, what they do, but at the same time, you got to dial it back a little bit. Right. Like, you ain't better than LeBron or Jordan.
And like I sat there, man, and like even before he got hurt, like before Alonzo got hurt, I just like the way that, you know, he's not selfish with it. And like, cause himself, like him as a person, I think he's way quiet.
Yeah.
So, you know, he goes out there, he just want to win. So now I was like, okay, cool. You know, you got LeBron, you can feed it to LeBron, you got options. So then, you know, that Lakers team wasn't great at all.
I would say if LeBron was healthy, they would have played better.
They didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, because LeBron, he missed like 27 games. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then right when he came back, Alonzo got hurt for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. I mean, even him going to the Pelicans, you know, it's like, it's a good fresh start for you. The team's going to be pretty much your old team. Zion going to be there after his little oops in the Summer League.
Yeah, he not playing no more for the rest of the Summer League. He played that one game, and I don't even think they didn't even finish that game because an earthquake happened in the middle of it.
Right.
He nice, but I feel like he needs to up his game a little bit more.
There's a lot more to him. He's young though. He's young. I feel like if he wants it,
because that dunking not gonna last forever, bro.
Not forever. Not at all. I mean, prime example, Blake Griffin, bro. Yeah, another person on my list of favorites.
Yeah, Blake was one of my favorites too.
Him straight out of Oregon, was it? Straight out of Oregon?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Like, fire. I was like, bruh, Blake Griffin gonna be
Dunking on
choice.
everybody his first 2-3 years,
Yeah.
and the Clippers, him and DeAndre together just dunking on everybody.
With Chris Paul, when they were all on the Clippers, bruh, that was a
Mhm.
nice team. I don't care what nobody say.
And then we had Jamal Crawford coming off the bench.
That team was.
We were cold. We had JJ
Nice.
Redick.
And then all of a sudden, he got hurt, getting too explosive, trying to do too much, got hurt.
They're a disgruntled team as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, like, and there's just so much layers to it. Like,
Paul Pierce was there, but he didn't do nothing.
we don't talk about. Well, welcome to the Quest, where we don't talk about Paul Pierce.
Trash.
I always had some respect for like Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, Steve Nash was cold.
I still felt
That
bad.
Phoenix team with him and Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Barbosa,
Barbosa was Battier in that one too.
and Raja Bell.
Raja Bell, yeah.
They was nice.
That's when Phoenix had a little bit of a spark on them.
And that's back when them and Kobe would be going back and forth. I believe that was 09 or 05, somewhere in that time period. And, you know, Steve Nash used to play with Dirk, too, on Dallas.
I missed that team. Like, I felt bad when they traded him, but we knew it was coming though. Like everyone knew at that point they had to make a move and they had to stick with somebody. And honestly, I think I would have stuck with Dirk too at that situation.
And
Dirk was just automatic, and it's Dirk Nowitzki, bro.
Yeah, I was like, it's Dirk. What can't he do? Well, I take that back. Shots automatic.
he just knew that one step fade away, buckets.
That's all you need.
I mean, if I'm sticking with more of the Euro players, always was a Ginobili fan. Manu Ginobili with the Spurs, like their whole team was just always like sick.
I would say like right now I go with Luka.
Luka, yeah.
Cold.
Eventually, if it keeps doing like this, if he keeps producing like this, he could definitely become the face of that franchise. I mean, I didn't even think that the Thunder this year was going to breaking up. But
Paul
then, of course,
George and Russ.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing so good, I feel like they just needed one more piece. But now, since they traded Paul George, you know it's only a matter of time for they trade Russ, and they're rebuilding.
Right. But what were they going to be rebuilt with, though? That's the problem.
Yeah, it's like, who's their centerpiece?
Because literally, then they got all those first-round picks for Paul George, though. But
Yeah.
That's
That's like 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
So
And
I don't know who they're going to rebuild around. Like,
I remember back in the day how they didn't want, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't want Kobe
the
and
team
Chris
up with
Paul
Chris Paul.
and
Yeah.
all that. And I remember I was like, okay, I get it. But then, like,
That's why he went to the Clippers instead.
right. But then, like, you think, like, the same thing with, like, LeBron and AD. But then I looked at it.
Or instead of that one, I would have said LeBron when he teamed up with Miami. Wade and Bosh, they didn't veto that.
Right.
But they let that go through knowing that's a kill team. That's probably arguably like the best LeBron period, in my opinion. When he was in Miami, so he was really going off on folks.
LeBron was unstoppable at that time. And then you had Wade.
Then you got Wade throwing oops left and right to each other with ease.
Right, man. Speaking of that, we didn't even put Wade favorite players. Wade, bro. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
Wade is cold.
Come on, man. Like, it's crazy because I don't know. To me, a little bit of conspiracy, but I think that was all NBA's doing. Going like, we need something to shake up. Because at that time, the West was just smacking. And I mean, to be fair, they still smacking.
Yeah, it's like the West is still more competitive in my opinion. All the stars are there.
They need that guaranteed like Terminator team from the East just to be like, you're the final boss.
And plus,
of the NBA.
if I'm not sure if you noticed, there's a highlight of Miami against the Warriors right when the Warriors dynasty is like really growing, and you see them playing against LeBron's coming up the court, and it's like 5 point something seconds left. He's sizing up Iggy, then he just shoots the three, nothing but net, game over. 1/8 of a second left, and the crowd is just deflated, and LeBron does his silencer. I was like, bruh, that's probably what sparked the whole Warriors dynasty, to be for real with you.
I'm telling you, man.
After LeBron hit him with that in their face,
Over.
that sparked it.
Over. And like I said, I will never disrespect LeBron, bro. All these people out there that be hating, it's just
Like,
like,
call him a crybaby. I was like, he don't cry. That man don't say nothing at all on the court half the time until you get in his face. When he get in his face and he get tired of you, that's when he might talk. But he only talk for like a second or two.
always people. I tell him it's like one thing I will always give LeBron till this day, and I tell anyone, I'm like, okay, he didn't win all these championships, but that does not
knock what he's done.
Thing, right? Like this man's been to, like recently just didn't make it to the
He's
playoffs.
been in the finals or at least in the playoffs every year since he got in the league. Like after his 1 year in the league or 2 years in the league, he's been in the playoffs every time. Season after that, whether he won or.
And then on top of that, they're always gonna be like, oh, he only won with the super team, blah blah blah. It's like, but he went back to the Cavs, won. Mm-hmm. Look what happened to Miami after he left.
And he was down 3-1 in that series. Like they really should have lost that. But blame it on Klay, because Klay said, "Oh, LeBron must be in his feelings." LeBron laughed. Came that next game.
Worked him.
It was over with.
Worked him. And then now all of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna get a ring with the Lakers. Like maybe not like
I say maybe not this season.
Right, but they're gonna get one before.
I could see that, at least one. They'll get at least one ring.
Because personally, that Clippers team,
I want.
They're still young. I mean, they're all like in their mid season, I would say, because George had that big injury.
He just had to have surgery on his shoulder this past offseason.
Right. So it's like I think George would be more of like the veteran player on that team. But didn't they? They didn't get drafted at the same time, did they? They got drafted the year after each other.
They got drafted at the same time.
Same time?
They both drafted. Well, they got. I think Paul George got drafted first, but they both got drafted by the Pacers.
And then the Pacers traded off Kawhi, right?
The Pacers traded off Kawhi for George Hill.
See, that's what I love about certain things in sports just blow my mind, bro.
Like what could have been if they only knew, like if they could see the future, what type of caliber player this would be. You could have had them both playing together.
This quiet kid that don't say nothing.
Paul George, arguably top dominated. 3 players in the NBA.
Right.
It's LeBron, KD, and Kawhi.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what order they're in because you could go either way.
People will
honestly,
fight. People will fight.
Yeah, but
I definitely
those
agree.
3, top 3.
Definitely.
From what LeBron could do on the court, how he makes anybody seem better. It's like as you said, after he left Cleveland, they only won 20-something games, if even less than that.
Trash.
Then he comes back for them to win 60.
Right.
Yeah, I was like LeBron makes everybody better.
Instant caliber team. That's why when he went to the Lakers, like let's not even get it twisted. He went to the Lakers. They would have made the playoffs if he didn't.
If he didn't get hurt, they would have made the playoffs for sure.
Period. I tell people all the time. They're like, "See, look at LeBron." I'm like, "Look at what?
Like, he's hurt.
Injured. He's not Superman." Like I know y'all really want to think he's like unstoppable, but it's like the man's still getting old.
Yeah.
He's been playing nonstop.
He's getting old, but his body's still in tip-top shape. If we're being honest, he's never had no major injury where he needed like surgery or nothing.
I think Shane and Skip talked about it one time, and I forgot the numbers, but like they said, you have to really put in perspective. He has not missed a playoff since in this run. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how much extra basketball he's playing every year.
Mm-hmm. And plus, he always averages the most minutes a game.
Yeah.
So that man gotta be tired, if not something. That's why he probably got. I don't know what type of recovery he does in the off season, because whatever it is, his body be in tip top shape and he come ready to kill every season.
That's why
they was arguing too much
with Harden. Like James Harden, awesome player to watch. I'm not gonna
can't win no ring like that though.
Can't win though. Like
I love the Rockets. I love Chris Paul, but we can't win with that type of style.
You can't. Like it's nice for it's nice for a long season.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
But when you get to the playoffs and they can like hone in on you for doing ISO, it's not hard to trap you.
Right. What you gonna do? He ain't passing it up. He's gonna keep.
He gonna shoot.
He gonna shoot that ball.
He gonna call it ISO. He gonna tell you that step back. Every time. That's all I gotta look for.
And then you look up. Oh man, we down by like 5 points. Oh man, we down by 10. Oh man, this game's out of reach. What happened?
Or sometimes when y'all shoot too many threes, that puts you in a hole because say you don't make them, like they did in the last season, the season before last, during the playoffs against the Warriors, Game 7. They were up the entire game. Then they missed 27 threes in a row. Like, why are you taking that many threes? Why?
I didn't think you can miss that many threes in a row, bro.
Yeah, like I think Gerald Green's the one who made the last, or PJ Tucker made it to end that streak. I was like, y'all really could have won that game and went to the NBA Finals, but you wanted to play the Warriors game and gave them time to come back when all you had to do was keep doing pick and roll, Clint Capella, Chris Paul. Then if somebody's open at the 3, maybe then take it, not force it, or at least come in and shoot it easy too.
Maybe get the and one.
Yeah,
They don't foul you.
Y'all just kept shooting threes all day.
That's
And
the thing
lost.
that's the thing about the NBA, man. It's like chess. It's like a nice strategic game. If you up late in the game, you don't have to show off. Just keep pushing the ball because they're going to eventually have to foul
Yeah,
you.
like all you got to do is hold the ball, let the time run out. If it's a minute left and you up by 2, hold the ball, let the ball run out, watch the shot clock, and then score at the end so you get a 2-for-1.
Mm-hmm.
That way, that way,
up.
either you score, they let you get the easy bucket, or they foul you and you just make the 2 free throws, or you got an and one.
Yep.
That's it.
Boom.
You up, whether they score again or not, you up by 1, or they either got to score to tie it, or they got to shoot the 3.
That's the thing too. I agree. Like Harden, like Harden had, and still has, like all this opportunity with the team. Like left OKC, went to Houston. Everybody at first was like, okay, that I mean, okay. Then he
Houston
showed up.
gave him the chance to be a star.
Yeah.
You were a star coming off the bench in OKC, and now you had the chance to take the reins of a team and really show them what you could do.
And now you really choking.
Yeah,
Honestly.
not showing up in the playoffs.
And I feel like. But with that, we're gonna hit the bell on this one.
Yes, sir.
Another good quest down. Final thoughts. Of course, y'all. Thank y'all always for sticking with us through all of this. We're getting bigger and better, and we're gonna get everything situated. Like I said, not too many audio only videos, but this ain't bad. I think y'all enjoyed this one. I think they're gonna enjoy this one.
I did.
So until next time, your boy Zero to Chaos,
Elijah.
and we'll see you next time on the quest